Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Bull Banter. This is your boy Curtis Gaffam here. We're talking Chargers with my man Kendrick. Kendrick, how's it going?
What's up, San Diego? Bolt up, baby. It's another good preseason. We're moving forward, getting ready for that regular season.
Yeah. All right, so we saw, I think, our best game yet on Saturday against the Seahawks. Um, Overall, I thought it was a pretty good game by our boys. What did you think?
Man, if it wasn't for that random 60-yard field goal at the end of this, we'd be talking a positive football game right now. I still think it's a win just because, like, man, what a gutsy end there at the end to kick a 60-yard field goal and just goes through. That's preseason football right there.
Yeah.
But I think there's not much negative to say about it. I think it's a positive game. We're going to be talking about this like it's a win.
Oh, definitely. There's so many positives, and they already missed like a shorter field goal, so they came back and made the longer one. So it's like no big deal. But yeah, let's talk about our offense. To me, it was great to see Oliver with that huge run, and some guy by the name of Johnson that you can probably talk about more.
Yeah.
They let out of the cage finally. And everyone seemed to be going on all cylinders except for Gordon. He seems to be struggling still a little bit. He got better, but he still has a long way to go, I think, in terms of getting his confidence and really getting moving here. What do you think, Kendrick?
Yeah, I mean, as far as Melvin Gordon goes, I think we're still seeing a rookie running back getting used to the system. I think he's making some good cuts up the holes on a couple of runs, but he's like a few of those. I see that he's just like one missed tackle, one strong move away from like getting a big run in there. I think he'll get used to that as the season goes on. I've been saying I don't think Gordon's really going to get into the NFL motion of how things run till like week 4, week 5, and that's why like I've been adamant that this is going to be a committee. But, biggest thing on offense is my boy Stevie Johnson. We finally unleashed the secret weapon of the Chargers. Yeah. I've been telling people, I've been preaching to people, I'm like, if you have a guy you're going to take in the 16th round of your fantasy football draft, you're taking Stevie Johnson. He's going to be the man in this offense. Like, just look at the stats right here. He had 4 catches for 63 yards, and he's coming out of the slot. You had that one strong reception where he comes from the right. You hit him on a quick 2 slant, and he gets about 23 yards coming up the left. That's freaking awesome. And then, like, right after that, I'm pretty sure we followed it up with Keenan from the left coming on the outside for a quick, like, button hook, and then we got that up for 12 yards. That's the bread and butter of what the Chargers will be doing. Stevie Johnson, Keenan Allen, run the ball, pound the rock, back and forth. Get Jacoby Jones going in there, a little bit of Malcolm Floyd, a little bit of Ladarius Green on the deep ball. It's going to be beautiful. We're seeing it come together. Slowly but surely, it's just coming together.
Yep, I love it. I love it. And maybe we can talk about defense then. I think they did really, really well against Wilson and the Seahawks offense. In a lot of ways, they basically shut them down. If you really look at it from the first string, the starters on the field, they kind of shut down Wilson.
Yeah, I thought they were playing really good, really strong ball on defense. I thought they were getting after the quarterback. I thought they were stopping the rush. And then, like, the Seahawks receivers didn't really look like much of a threat at all. So, like, you didn't really see any corner action there because it didn't seem like they were running routes very well.
Yeah, and it's kind of annoying to see their first touchdown be a run back too after a lot of positive that had been happening. So I hope that's not our weakness in the regular season, but it was kind of a bummer to watch that all go down. And then I heard that another one of your favorites, Donald Brown, was one of the guys that was near Lockett when he ran it in.
This guy, he's like a rumor. Like, I hear, like, yeah, he's talking about Gordon on the sidelines. He was standing still when a guy ran by him on a punt return. Where are you? Where are you? I could suit up and go stand there in the middle of the field and watch the guy. Oh, my God. This guy is like the great train robbery of the Chargers. Like, I don't think people understand. We signed this guy to a 4-year deal. He's making like $3 million a year to watch punt returns go past him. Oh, my Lord. It's good, though. Like, everyone needs a Quentin Jammer on their team, and I think he's my new Quentin Jammer. So I'll be watching for him.
It's a
But
good
man,
comparison.
as far as special teams go, it's good that we're getting this out of the way now. You know, it's always been a problem that the Chargers have let up that big kick return, that big punt return, that kind of let the team ease back into the game when they were losing some big ones. The Cardinals, you remember that Cardinals game that they blew last year, first game of the season? They were getting big yards on the kick returns and the punt returns, setting up their offense. So we got to get these weaknesses down now. And, like, we haven't seen Jacoby Jones unleash yet. We haven't seen that big hitter, that Kasim Osgood hitter that's going down and getting the return guy. So hopefully we see some guys stepping up as part of this, and then they're watching that special teams film and just ripping into these guys.
Yeah, Stucky can't do it all, so we'll see who can step up here. Alrighty, so
Oh, but wait, before we move off to defense, got to give a shout out to Kyle Emanuel, man.
oh
That guy
yeah,
gets a big sack. And today, Jerry Tauchi is going to be resting, so Emmanuel's getting first-team reps with the team. So, like,
great.
I really do think that this guy, fifth-round draft pick, is going to start for this team, and we're going to have Melvin Ingram and Jerry coming off the outside, and then Legion and Emmanuel on two sides. Just going to have this four-headed monster coming at these quarterbacks. I can't wait. I really do think he's going to start. I really think he's going to start at left defensive end. I really do. I think he's going to be the Fox coming off that side.
So who do you think it's going to be then? Is it going to be legit? So not Reyes, it'll be Emmanuel, you think, or?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Emmanuel. I think he's going to play defensive end. I think they'll have a rotation. Definitely have Reyes in there. I could see Reyes playing some defensive tackle too. I can't remember if it's Lismore, if he's starting a defensive tackle right now.
Yeah, he is.
I think it'll be a strong rotation in there with those three guys, because I know Reyes can play some defensive tackle. So I think he's a better defensive tackle than Lismore.
Yeah, I agree. I think Reyes, to me, he's more of a defensive tackle than an end. So did you see the whole thing where Frank Clark was on Rivers and there's a bunch of ish that went down and people started pulling him off? And
yeah, and then like people were saying too that he threw a couple punches at Rivers. I saw that on Twitter the other day.
They were saying that. They were saying that on ESPN and yada, yada, yada. I actually have this video if you want to play it.
And
it's kind of interesting to watch.
Do you want to screenshot that real quick? Screen cap it?
Yeah, we'll let's see.
Let's throw it up.
Yeah, and it was hard to find this video, so let's see how it goes.
It's good that we have something.
Yep.
Deadspin,
yeah. All right. We'll go full screen. There you go. So he's on top of him right there.
Is it loading all right?
Is it not playing for you?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. It's playing a little bit right there. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. I see. He comes in late right there.
Yeah, so
it's 55 in the middle right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he lays
kind
down.
of like plows him down.
Yeah, so they're saying right there where he's clowning on him a little bit that he's throwing a couple punches in there, and then that's why they threw him down.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah,
Basically.
he's probably coming in with his left hand, kind of hitting him in the chest a little bit, trying to get high to little cheap shots.
It's hard to tell, but good old Phillip actually pulls him in and tries to
just to get him close enough to even it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because Phillip's a fighter, as we all know.
Yeah, but while we're talking about that also brings us into that shot that Phillip takes on his hand that pulled him out of the game. I think it was a thumb injury on his throwing hand. Yep. And basically what he said after the game was, if that had been a game situation, he would have taped it up and sucked it up and got out there. So They just pulled him because it was a preseason, and like they took X-rays on it just to be safe, just so that it wasn't a lingering injury. And it was not really anything. It was more of a jam. So
it was near the end of the second half, right? So you just figured, why not just leave now?
yeah. It was near the end of the first half, so it was good to check out and go give it a look.
Yeah.
So that was good to see, but it's also good to hear if an injury like that happens, he's going to tape it up and go back out there. It's nothing. I remember when I played, I used to jam one or two of my thumbs probably every game. I taped it up and suited up on the gloves and went back out there. So.
Yep. And they confirmed that the X-rays said it was all good. So.
Yep. X-rays came back negative. So, and that was quick too. That was a quick assessment on the X-ray. They had it back in the third quarter maybe.
They needed that back fast.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, well, one thing we haven't talked about either is when Rivers left the game, Kellen Clemens went out there, Oliver went out there, and then Clemens hit Oliver on a huge dump-off pass that Oliver took up the field for 70 yards.
Huge.
And that was just – Oliver is making a statement right now that he should be the guy for this offense.
He could be.
He should be the guy for this offense. And it's just how do you want to run this offense? Do you want this offense to be ground and pound? Do you want this offense to be – a lot of passing, a lot of dump-off options, and I think Brandon Oliver is the middleman to what Woodhead and Gordon are.
Yep.
I think he's the balance of what these two are in a situation. You could put him in there and have options for either. So I think that's the case he's trying to make here.
Yeah, and he definitely developed his rookie year last year and really showed growth from beginning to end. Where at the end we were like, man, this guy could maybe be something. And people were talking about him, and especially when Matthews was kind of the question mark at that point still. And now he's back, and then we have Woodhead, and then Gordon's still kind of flaking out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he got 14 carries in this game and 34 yards, and I said it that he wasn't making that last move. He wasn't making that big move to cut up into the hole and get up, but hopefully we see that continue to develop.
And there was a couple runs where he kept fighting. He was fighting hard to get the extra yard, but I think he just isn't he's seeing lanes. He's not just hitting them yet or something. Something's going on.
Yeah, a lot of things I've heard them saying is that he gets the handoff and then he's not being patient with it. He's rushing too hard into the hole, so he's not letting it develop in there. So right. He's about 2 seconds away from breaking off a good run, and he's not there yet. So that's what they're trying to work with him with.
Too antsy.
Is that, yeah, and I could see it at Wisconsin, because Wisconsin, their offense moves so fast with the spread that he's kind of spoiled a little bit in that he could just get off and do his thing, and then he'd have 22 rushes, but he'd get his 132 yards because they'd come on one or two big rushes that he broke.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're going to see a lot more, is that he's going to develop to learn to see the plays develop.
I hope so. I really want him to be shining. Shining. All right, and so then also, it wasn't that significant, but we cut some people off our team, cutting down the roster. And to me, there wasn't anyone huge that we cut off. It was just kind of, the extra guys hanging around. I went through the names and I looked through them. None of them really stood out to me from watching the games or anything. So what did you think?
Yeah, they cut 11 guys, but I think it was just 11 guys that are fighting to make a roster spot, to be real.
Yep.
This first big cuts is usually not the big ones. This is where a team wants to make a statement. You had the Bills this morning, they cut Fred Jackson. They're talking about the Redskins cutting RG3, that happening. So, for other teams, yeah, this is where they kind of make a statement about veterans and stuff, but we got a lot of young guys. So we cut 11 young guys. We'll see what happens next. Definitely. We might see someone that we know of that's a defensive tackle or a linebacker where we're oh, they cut them, but not yet right now. I think we have 2 more cut days before the season starts, so we'll see.
We shall see. All right. Well, trying to think anything else we should talk about from Saturday's game.
Let's see. As far as the kicking competition goes, Lambo didn't show up, so I think it's Novak 2, Lambo 1. As far as we're going with this preseason right now, I think Novak's got the upper edge right now.
He does. Yeah, he's got the edge. I don't think there's anything else I can think of. besides Novak back out there and kicking. Yeah, other than just Emmanuel being a monster. That's
Yeah, and
about it.
I mean, as far as like current events right now, you got some guys resting in practice today. Not some big names, but like Chris Watt isn't going to practice today. He's going to rest. As I already said, Jerry Atauchi is going to be resting. So, I mean, as we see these guys rest, it's going to let us know who's going to be playing in the last preseason game, who won't be suiting up. Usually the fourth preseason game isn't where anyone suits up. So it'll definitely take us into Friday's preview show for sure to talk about like what we want to see and who we're going to be seeing. Because I'm not even sure that Gordon's going to suit up for the fourth game. I think it might be all Oliver, and then I think Oliver is just going to take it up, light it up.
It's Oliver show.
Yeah, pretty much. Oliver and Dreamius.
And Donald Brown, if we can find him.
Oh man, I don't know. We'll continue the APB on Donald Brown. Don't worry.
Oh man,
as we leave the Friday show.
All right. So once again, guys, thanks for tuning in to Bolt Banter. My name is Curtis Geffram. Please go ahead and follow us on Twitter @Bolt Banter and on Facebook Bolt Banter, and check out our YouTube page. Subscribe there as well.
Yeah, guys. Follow us on Twitter. Give us a like on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter, Kendrick Luck, tweeting all those sports things. And then, Bolt Banter on Twitter is going to be your hub for all talk throughout the week. So follow us right there.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of the week, and go Bolts.
Bolt up, baby. Let's go, San Diego.
Yeah. Save our Bolts.